Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Minty, and this is episode 18 of the Battleship Brawl Season 5 tournament. This episode, we've got the Effingham by Carnival, which is a very red paint scheme, but it's pretty cool. It's got like these little scaffolding things back here, and I'm not sure what these are supposed to be in the rear. I don't know. Looks like they're meant to be something, but I don't know what they are. And then we got the props down here, which are on little shafts and whatnot. You know, this big old battery of them because they're just not as effective as they should be, really. Looks like there's also a large rudder there, so that's cool. Looks like it is armed with... oh, they immediately fired. Like, seriously? It unpaused for like a tenth of a second, and you're shooting. Anyway, so it's armed with 4 quad-barreled turrets. No, 5. There's another one in the middle. 5 quad-barreled turrets. So that's 20 guns. Those golden skull and crossbones there. Looks pretty neat. Lifeboats and... Are these functional secondaries? I don't think they are. Or maybe they are. I'm not sure. We'll have to see once the battle starts. We'll check that out. Whether those are functional or just aesthetic. We got the anchor chains up here. All the anchors come out the bottom. Okay, that's pretty cool. I wish I'd thought of doing that. Like that. That makes so much more sense than the way I did it on my deck. Again, there's this thing here that I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be. Whatever the case, and even though it's a little hard to see the front of the ship here because of the... Oh, and it's even got the... Yeah, that's cool. I like that anchor chain system. That's here. That's pretty awesome. Does it actually like... I'm curious as whether it actually goes down and like connects to the thing. But it's a little hard to see. I'm not going to keep you guys waiting because I'm a little bit curious. Yeah, it's got a pretty nice shaped hull, and then it's got those... I have no idea how people do these rigging things. Like, there's obviously a specific block in the Mimic menu, but I don't know which one it is. I spent like 20 minutes trying to figure it out and gave up. Oh, I just noticed this. This guy's about to fall off the ship. His buddy's trying to help him out. They're a little hard to see. They're the same color as the deck, basically. That's kind of funny. So yeah, that is the Effingham by Carnival. Its opponent today is the ICB Cramsey by a Wellner, which I think might stand for like Intercontinental Ballistic Cram Cannon. I'm not entirely sure what the acronym for that is. It's got a very modern, so more like a cruiser or destroyer look than a battleship, but it's like that the Zoom something, Zoom Galtz, one of those, something like that. I'm terrible with names. You guys should know this by now. Got a little minigun back here. And some, I believe these are fake secondaries, aesthetic secondaries. They still look pretty cool. They look like a modern remote-controlled turret. And then this is why I think it might be the Intercontinental Ballistic Cram Cannon, because this is a mortar boat, and it does have some, like it has this gun here, which isn't a mortar, but then it's got those guns and those guns, which are mortars, and then more back here by the funnel. So yeah, we got some AA mounts there. And it looks like... Oh no, it's just a door leading up, but there's no actual walking around you can do in here. There's a lot of applique armor, geez. But yeah, pretty cool looking ship. It's another cram mortar, so we'll see how that performs. But it's also got this APS gun here. So we'll have to see how all of this goes together. The ICB does seem a little small. I'm a little concerned that it's going to, you know, sink or have its weapons and such destroyed rather easily. But I guess we will see what happens. Just have to pull out here, get the camera in position, and we'll get the battle underway, even though it technically already started because the Effingham, you know, was a bit excited. But, you know, there we go. That APS gun firing away, landing several hits. Very high velocity. Landing several hits before the cram cannons of the Effingham can reach the ICB. And it looks like those secondaries are actually functional. They were rotating around and looking at the enemy. Did they actually fire anything, though? Well, this one looks damaged, so I can't tell you. This one's not firing. It's not damaged either, so... Anyway, the Effingham down to 98%. The ICB is still full health, 100%. It's about to take some hits, though, so that's going to change. Or... Well, I mean, it took some damage. Are there timed or altitude fuses on the Effingham or something that are kind of messing things up? Oh, and there go the mortars of the ICB. Wow, it looks like the frame rate is getting pretty poor. Not sure what's going on with that. We got another volley coming in from the Effingham. Oh, those ones definitely did not detonate early. I don't think there's really anything all that important in the middle here, so hitting there, while it did, HP damage, didn't really do much to the ICB's fighting capabilities. And then here you go, that mortar barrage, one of the smaller mortar barrages we've seen in the tournament, but it's also APHE. Falling down, hitting the deck of the Effingham and the tops of turrets. Looks like it managed to disable one barrel on this turret, but other than that, that actually didn't do a huge amount to the Effingham. Meanwhile, that APS gun is just plugging away. I think it's firing APHE rounds too. Is it like trying to shoot like this stuff on the tail or something? Just having a real hard time actually hitting anything right now. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I think it was. Finally got his target. Oh, we've got another rain of cram shells coming in. Effingham taking some more hits to the top of this turret. This turret seems to have been disabled. Is no longer aiming. Yeah, this APS gun is just plugging away. Got a pretty good fire rate. It also has some cram shells incoming very close to it, which could spell the doom for that turret, but does not look like it. Those shells did not do very much. The ICB is just not really taking damage from the hits it receives. And it also has a pretty good repair rate. Oh, those are getting awfully close to that APS gun too. Did some of those go under the ship? I think they did. Oh, you can see the turret base there. You can actually see the turret base of that turret. It almost got taken out by that beneath the hull explosion there. But the ICB repairing back up to 99%. Effingham down to 88. Ooh, okay, that might... Nope, that gun is just... It's like, nah, I'm not dying. Screw you. I'm just gonna keep shooting. Gonna keep filling the air with shots. Yeah, each shot doesn't do a whole lot of damage. It does a couple blocks, but they fire way faster than any other weapon on the battlefield right now. And we got more those mortar shells coming in on top of the Effingham. Ooh, that one. Oh, that's another turret disabled. The Effingham hasn't taken a whole lot of like actual HP damage. It's still at 85%. That's fairly healthy, but it has lost almost all of its guns. It has 2 barrels left on that turret, and then 3 barrels left on this one. So it has 5 of its 20 guns still in operation. That's not good. What the heck happened with those mortar shots? They really kind of just flopped out. Ooh, funnel taking a hit there. Big hole blown open in the superstructure of the ICB there. More shells heading for that APS gun, but not quite landing on it. Ooh. Oh, nope. Those guns survived that. Oh wait, those things are actually firing? Did that thing just actually shoot? Is that... I'm gonna have to look into that. Because I think those are simple weapons. They should not be firing. They should not be controlled and be able to fight. But they are. It's so hard to tell though, because all the smoke from the mortars and whatnot. Yep, that thing definitely just fired. Oh boy. That's unfortunate, because that... If that is, you know, an actual simple weapon thing, those were banned, so that will mean a disqualification for the ICB for this match. Should be simple enough to just remove the wireless transmitters, or wireless receivers in this case, to make them non-functional, but yeah, as soon as this round is over, I'm going to duck into the vanilla creator thing real quick and check on those. Yeah, the Carnival, or the Effingham by Carnival, almost called it the Carnival, It's down to 75%. It's not losing a whole lot of block HP. Like, the ICB is not doing a lot of structural damage. But because those shells are coming in from the top, it's done pretty well at knocking out guns. Both ships are actually gaining DQ time right now. The ICB has stopped gaining DQ time, but the Effingham is still ticking up that clock. It doesn't even look like it's trying to turn. Its rudder might be destroyed. Is that large rudder? It's only turning. It's the only thing that can turn. No, now it's turning, but it's a little bit late. I don't think you're going to be able to turn in time. And that is it. The Effingham is DQ'd. So I'll let this one last shot finish its trick. And there we go. And now here's the part where I'm going to do a quick cut, and I'm going to go investigate those little guns and see what's going on with them, because I don't really recognize those guns from the simple weapon menus. I thought they were just mimicked things put together, but it was actually shooting. So yeah, I will be right back. Okay, folks, so I have completed my investigation. It did not take long, and it turns out this is completely legal. These little guns here. Well, let's go ahead and do the quick tap like that. So this is an actual just direct fed APS gun with an actual APS fire piece on a turret with a bunch of mimics around it to make it look like, you know, not junk. So this is actually this is a 100% legal gun. It's an actual full-blown APS gun. You can see the ammo input there. The firing piece is right under that. It just has mimics covering up the APS stuff so it doesn't, you know, those things kind of look bad. So yeah, that is a perfectly legal gun. As you know, they're all that. They're not one of the simple weapon things or the custom shell simple weapons or anything. Completely legal. So the Effingham gets a 0 and the ICB gets an 89.8 for that first round. Everything's good to go. Let's go ahead and get round 2 underway. But yeah, I mean, you have to give a Wellner some credit here, as I get exploded. He made those things look nice enough that I thought that they were actual like in-game 3D models of the custom shell simple weapons, and made me have to go check them. I mean, if nothing else, that's pretty impressive. Oh, looks like the ICB is turning out from underneath that cram barrage. It must have started turning like right as those shells were fired, because those were not really all that close. But yeah, it does look like the Effingham is using timed fuses as well. I have to say, I don't like using timed fuses because it feels like there are more times where the shells detonate prematurely and make you miss out on damage than times where they detonate in a position where they do damage but wouldn't have if they didn't have the fuse, if you know what I mean. Like, basically, there are fewer times where a shell will come down and just miss just barely and then detonate and do damage anyway, than there are times where the shell will detonate early and not do damage when it would have. When you use timed fuses. That's my experience with them anyway. Oh, the front APS gun of the ICB got blown up this time. Now, the ICB does have a lot of repairs, so it might be able to bring that gun back online. But it's going to need its mortars to do. It's not even where. There's not even any mortars in the air. Where are the mortars? It still has several guns. Oh, there's some of them. There's the other barrage. Yeah, it really needs these mortars to knock out the guns of the Effingham in order for the ICB to be able to do the repairs on that forward APS gun. Those shells are coming. I just imagine standing on the deck and just watching that. Yeah, I'd be running for the stern if I were up here on the bow. Like, nope, 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 nope. Those shells seem to rain down all around the guns. It looks like it might have taken out a barrel. I'm not sure if that barrel was already damaged or not. But, it's definitely damaged and out of commission now. But the ICB is staking right about 91%. Seems like the Effingham isn't quite able to outdo the ICB's repair rate. But yeah, this front gun is not going to get repaired at this point. There's not enough materials left. So it's all up to those mortars. And whether they get those hits on those turrets or not. I have to say, they don't seem like they really do a whole lot of damage. They don't really penetrate very far, nor do they explode very hard. But yeah, the ICB is out of materials. And those mortars that do not seem to be quite doing the job this time around. That forward APS gun might have been doing a lot more work than I realized in the first round. A big hole blown in the ICB's forward section there. Not quite the bow. Almost to the bow. And she's moving awfully slow. Either the drag from the damage she's taken is slowing her down, or she lost an engine and can't quite go as fast. Something's up. And see, those timed fuses, man. See, like there was one up here that detonated that probably would have hit the ship if it had just been allowed to continue on. But it was probably aimed at the superstructure, and then the ICB turned, and that superstructure was no longer where it was aiming. The ICB is not doing so hot this time around. But the Effingham is gaining DQ time again. Come on now, you've basically got this in the bag, Effingham. Don't throw it out the window now. Is the Effingham sailing away right now? Why are you sailing away? What are you doing? Why would you even turn away from the opponent at that range? I don't think it can. I don't think it can. It can fix this in time. It's got 19 seconds to turn around and rejoin the fight, or it gets DQ'd again. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, kaboom! Man, Effingham, you had that in the bag. You were going to win that one. The ICB had all its weapons destroyed, or all of the weapons that matter anyway. I don't know if any of the small ones are destroyed. No, it looks like it doesn't have any guns left whatsoever. And you threw it away by fleeing the battle. So that's a 0 for the Effingham and a 74.2 for the ICB. So we'll go ahead and get this restarted and do round 3. Like, come on, Effingham, stay in the fight. What are you doing? It's the Battleship Brawl, not the Battleship Snipe. Get in there and fight. Let's go ahead and get round 3 here underway. That first volley from the Effingham coming in. Some minor damage to the fantail there on the side of the ship. ICB turning out from under that volley, it looks like. Plugging away with its main APS and the mini APS. There are also, you know, the cram mortars on the way. Oh, one of those shots. Absolutely perfect, blowing off the rear turret of the Effingham. Just popping the turret cap completely off by punching in through the roof of the turret. We got another volley coming in. This one's going to hit more towards the bow, it looks like. So this one's going to hit about... No, this one's going to hit in the rear. Hit the stern. Minor damage there, but then this volley comes in. Looks like I knocked out 2 barrels on this turret right here. That's exactly what the ICB wants to do. If it can take out the guns of the Effingham, I mean, you can't really win without guns. Like that shot right there, hit right there, and it didn't look like it really... I guess it did punch in a little bit, but that the explosion just didn't seem to do much. Let's go check how the ICB is doing. Ah, those Well, those are completely missed. It didn't matter. And the game is just running not particularly well today. Kicks into degraded mode there for a moment, and that picks things up. Well, it's not running great. It's not running terrible either. Like, we've definitely seen lower frame rates in this game. Usually when collisions are happening, this is a swarm of cram shells coming in for the ICB. Taking some hits to the side and underside, it looked like. Ooh, that might have just... No, that... Well, it stripped off all the mimics in the ammo input, so that that little gun is actually out of commission. Because it doesn't have any way to reload now. But you can see what I mean with that one now, that it's got mimics. And those are what's causing all the clipping as well. Which, that's fine. That's purely aesthetic stuff. Another one of those guns taken down. But the Effingham's down to 86%. ICB's 99.5%. And it's just continuing to rain these mortar shells down. Oh, that's going right... Oh! If that had been just a little more inboard. Like, that could have been nasty. That could have been another turret pop. The shell going right through the roof of the turret. Almost like that, but that did indeed disable the weapon. Looks like it might have... Did it hit the AI or something? Because both of these guns... Oh, no, I think they might just be out of their firing arc. That was just a coincidence of timing, that the shell hit and then they stopped aiming. Oh, is the Effingham in DQ mode again? I think the Effingham's about to get itself disqualified again. I think it is relying too much on its opponent trying to keep up with it. And the ICB is just like, nah, I'm cool where I'm at. This is fine. I can bombard you from here. I have mortars. Where the heck is that shot aimed? That's not even in the same zip code as the ICB. And DQ'd. Yep, it was trying to run away too much. There is one more shell in the air. The Effingham firing a mortar of its own just before it died. And missed. So that'll be it for this match, folks. The Effingham getting another 0, and that was the best round for the ICB. So it gets 196.5 points. Effingham only gets 25.8. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the battlefield.